We're back, baby.
Oh no, you're back.
Well, we're all back.
Dan
Been a
Rose
week.
back from assignment. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very happy to be back. Back in the New York groove, as Ace Frehley once said.
Oh,
Except I'm not
did
New
he
York.
say that?
No.
I don't remember him saying that.
You don't remember that song? That's one of the solo albums, the Kiss solo albums. His was green.
No,
all right.
No, why would I do that?
All right. Well, welcome back. It's the EriDan Film Festival.
Woohoo!
And it's Christmas in August.
Episode 115.
115. What movie number is this?
This would be our 143rd movie production.
43. When we hit 147, let me know. I guess I'll be in 4 weeks.
You'll be here. I was going to say you better be
3 weeks.
And it's a movie I think many people have seen, so I would expect there to be quite a conversation tonight. Because I think anybody could join in under this conversation.
Yes.
So if you've been waiting for the first time to join us, this might be your night.
And all you have to do to join us, if you want to join us live and like talk to it, well, everything's live, but I'm saying if you want to talk to us, be on the screen, go to eridanlive.com. If you're on your phone, you have to use your Safari, or if you're Jewish, your Sephardic. And if you're on a Android phone, I don't know which one it uses. I'm guessing it uses Chrome.
I think that's Bing. No, it's not.
Bing. It uses Chandler Bing.
Bing that, and you'll be fine.
Could you be more 80s? Was Bing from the 80s? No. And then you also would have the ability to talk to us and be on screen. Yeah. And you can also just put little comments in the thing down there.
Right, absolutely. Or you can send a letter to Dan's house at 492.
Hey.
No, I'm
or
sorry.
if you're watching on Twitter, it turns out the Twitter comments don't ever come back to us. We never see those
on Twitter.
We're live on Twitter, we're live on Twitch, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook.
We're live
in your head.
Ooh, well, isn't that exciting?
But we have some guests that are regulars that tune in, and after you've been on 5 times, you get your own intro.
What do those look like?
Well, let's pull one up and we'll bring them in. And there they are.
Hey,
here we are.
Wade and Stacy sitting in Stacy and Wade position.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's okay.
It's Wacy.
It just
stayed.
It stayed. Absolutely.
Speaking of stayed.
I'm sorry, Dave. This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
That means I gotta get up.
Man, you've been staying there since last week.
Yeah, wheel me out.
That's right. Exactly. We'll awaken you from your slumber.
All right.
That's how I feel right now.
Yeah. Well, we have some comments already coming. If you want to comment, just type it in wherever you are. If you're watching wherever, other than Twitter. If you're on Twitter right now, just get over somewhere else. We're gonna probably stop doing Twitter.
Leave right now.
Leave Twitter right now.
We don't want you. Go away.
Yes, but here's people we do want. Richard Ninja figures.
Hello.
The LEDs. It's Richard. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
I'm good. Your shirt almost does LEDs. I realize. No.
That's Larry David. No, what's the LEDs? Pretty dead.
What?
I don't know.
I have no idea what's happening. And Brian,
hey.
Sir, and Brittany's in the comments. Adam's in the comment, and he would like to file a formal complaint about about Clutch Radio.
I mentioned it last week during this show. I typed it in the comment. I thought might have gone up on the screen. I'm not sure.
It in.
I typed. I
don't pay
didn't
attention
even
to
phone it
all
in.
that.
I had a post-it note on the wall behind me.
I didn't even phone it in. I typed it in, and I
As
said
I
there will be no clutch
recall,
radio.
Facebook user.
We were
Yes.
trying to figure out, yeah. who
I
it
just said
was for the
Facebook
longest-
user.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a Facebook user.
Just Facebook user.
My
Facebook
name wasn't on
user.
there.
No, no
Yeah,
name,
no.
picture,
No
nothing.
name, just
Yeah.
Facebook user.
It was anonymous.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Maybe
a
because I
little
was commenting on
strange.
my own post. Is that possible?
maybe. I, don't
I have
know.
no idea.
I don't know,
why.
but Adam was about to throw
Only
hands
known
with you.
as Facebook user.
Oh, I was Facebook user,
Yeah.
and I said it. There's no clutch radio because we were shooting the sitcom pilot stuff this weekend, so that's why we did. Rafi and I were both there, so nobody could do clutch radio.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All your fan.
I'll share real quick. I'll share the picture of Rafi as Tony, the used car salesman, very quickly, just so for Adam only.
Is he going to be better than Eugene Levy?
Oh, this guy.
Very similar.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's the Eugene Levy look to it.
I mean, if
No glasses.
Wow. Even have the Eugene Levy eyebrows there. Yeah.
yeah, we put those in special. Yeah, we had a lot of fun this weekend. We'll talk about that more later on a future episode. And Adam, there's a comedy show on the 17th of September. Since he's the only person local that'll come to it, get your tickets now.
He doesn't believe it unless it comes from Facebook user.
Dean Edwards from Saturday Night Live.
That's right. I don't know. He's already
Be here.
filing complaints. He wants to come to the show.
So
So
his
Richard,
complaint is denied.
Richard, responsible for this week's movie. Should we jump into this?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm ready.
How about that? I think we should talk about a movie. We should talk about The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
It is Tim Burton's The Nightmare.
Even though he didn't direct it.
It belongs solely from him. No, he did not direct it. He didn't even do the screenplay, really. But it was starring Danny Elfman and Chris Sarandon. Yeah, how about that? Catherine O'Hara, William Hickey, Glenn Staddix.
Shaddix?
Sure, you say that.
Is he a T?
You know,
He's always
18
fun.
million. I was surprised at only the $77 million gross on the first time that this movie was released. It was released like 4 other times, and they did get it up to about 92 million. Critics, lots of love from the critics, 95, audience at a 91. And the big question, Richard, everybody wants to know, are you aware that it's August? No, I'm sorry.
So yes, I am aware that it's August. But this movie is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. I watch it. I probably watch it multiple times a year. Obviously, I watch it every Halloween and Christmas. That's easy. But every once in a while, I just get an itch, and it's only like an hour and 20-minute movie, so it's really quick to just put it on and knock it out and just be done with it. I don't know. I guess I've always kind of been into like the Halloween and the kind of spooky stuff. I used to work at Spencer's Gifts, so that was always really fun. I was surrounded.
Reaction.
That explains so much.
And that makes me a little envious. I've got so many questions. But
It explains the lighting behind you too.
Do we want the answers?
Yeah, so it's just one of my favorites, and cult classic. Plus, this was like really, really precedented for claymation. This kind of set the tone for what claymation became. So that was really, really cool. And then I had a lot of friends like Brian in cinematography and things like that. And our one friend Brian, did Zach do a claymation short?
He majored in claymation, so yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
He did many of them.
major.
Yeah.
Well, that claymation definitely well predated this. I mean, they were even doing the California Raisins before this came out.
Yeah.
Wait, did I say claymation? I meant like stop motion, but
Oh, stop motion. Yeah.
yes, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Well, that goes back to Ray Harryhausen and stuff like that back in the 50s. And even
Yeah,
King Kong earlier than that in the 30s.
And the old when we were growing up, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I
Oh,
know
yeah, the Rankin Bass stuff, yeah.
my favorite claymation one would be the Year Without a Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love that one so much.
It was the
Being Jewish, that was every year for me.
Well,
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Very nice. No, so I'll start the controversy off. Does this pass as a Christmas movie? I don't think so. I feel this is so solidly a Halloween movie that this is definitely the Christmas theme to this. I don't think this passes the mustard as a Christmas. I would not enjoy this at Christmas time.
Okay, is it mustard or mustard?
Halloween, I
Mustard.
do enjoy.
Mustard, not mustard. We're not passing mustard.
There's no condiments.
I would say
I did
that
pass the whole
because
mustard earlier.
this happened right as soon as Halloween was over, that he started looking for more, and it wasn't really. Well, I guess it was Christmas.
Yeah, because he actually went out on Christmas and delivered.
Yeah,
spooky
that's
presents.
true.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it can be considered a Christmas movie.
I don't feel the Christmas spirit from this movie.
But
Well,
there's
no.
a Christmas miracle in the end.
Saved, yeah.
Christmas was
I
saved.
will ask a question though. All right, because I like to pick on details from movies. So here's the question: Is this like Monsters Inc., where they just enjoy scaring people, or are they truly terrorizing people? Because when the mayor starts to hand out awards, the first award goes to the vampire with the most blood, sucked from their victims, which sounds a lot less like scaring and actually like terrorizing and murdering people. So,
They are actual vampires. These are not, and it's actual witches and actual ghouls.
So this is not actually, so we're going beyond just scaring. We are actually going on to perhaps maybe murder.
There might be some
Most
murder.
likely murder, yeah. Most likely, yeah.
Or I don't know, if they don't murder them, they become a vampire, don't they?
Well, yeah.
They become eternal. They're
Live
actually the
eternal
exact
life.
opposite of murdering.
Exactly. They're living them.
And then I do have some questions about how this realm works, because in theory, in order for Jack to come across the doors, shouldn't he have come through a door himself, of like a pumpkin door?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pumpkin Door, wasn't he in part of Harry Potter series?
That was Professor
Door?
Pumpkin Door to you.
Oh, Gryffindor,
Gryffindor, Dumbledore, one of the doors.
Pumpkin Door,
Questions about how this universe works.
Garage Door.
That was a question that I had in the back of my mind as well, Eric. That all these doors, but
The doors are shortcuts. Think of it that way.
yeah, but where was the shortcut
But how
from their realm? Did the other
where
realms?
does every
Yeah,
universe?
I would imagine that the other
doors
realms
to
would.
other
Yeah.
realms.
Okay.
And
I would
where's
imagine
Jimi
that
Hendrix?
there would be a pumpkin door in one of the other realms, but not in his,
Yeah.
because it's there.
It's so
So
confusing. I have so many questions. So obviously a lot of music. I didn't realize that Danny Elfman was the voice of Jack. That was something that I
Singing voice, yeah.
Only the singing voice.
Yeah.
Chris Sarandon
Yeah.
was the speaking voice.
Yeah. And I have to say that I thought that his singing was beautiful.
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, yeah.
That was incredible. I really enjoyed that.
It's a lot of stuff.
They're odd.
And is there a reason there's a similarity between Oogie Boogie and Oingo Boingo?
Yeah, there you go.
There's a scratch.
And Jenna Elfman.
That's
How did she get- That's his
his
sister-in-law.
no, it's his niece-in-law.
Oh, I thought that was his sister-in-law. I thought his brother was married to her.
No, his brother's son.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah, Bodie.
Bodie. Eric with the 20 questions about Tim Burton.
How does Edward Scissorhands fit? And where's Johnny Depp? I'm
In the same way we're not
Oh,
Adam
this
and-
is madness.
Well, first of all, I didn't know Adam did Woody Allen impressions, because the way this is written is so Woody Allen. Well, Eric with the 20 questions about
Well,
Tim Burton
yeah.
universe.
And it's like Adam's not predictable with it took way too long. I was bored. 40.
well, I mean, when the 20 appeared on screen, I thought it was his score already. So.
I mean,
And that was a movie he said he liked.
There's
He liked
romance.
this movie.
There's romance. There's music.
I told this to Eric earlier, and so there's a lot of music in it, obviously, which makes me think, how could Adam like any of it? But I got home on Saturday. I'm exhausted. I'm like, I'm gonna put the movie on, and I turned the movie on, and I dozed off, and I'm just hearing this like instrumental. I'm like, is there no words in this movie? Is it all instrumental? And then I look at the screen, the credits are rolling. I'd fallen asleep, and it's just like all that was there were the credits.
Oh, man.
I have to say the music over the credits, great to sleep by.
it does kind of work more like an opera, in my opinion. It's kind of like just strings it all the way through. It doesn't like stop and then have the musical number.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I got a very musical vibe for it. If it's not already a musical somewhere, like on Broadway or something.
Adam even said last week when it came up, he said he said he likes it even though it's a musical.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is a top tier movie for me. I love this movie.
Yeah. It was better than I thought it would be because I've never watched it the whole way through. I've seen parts of it. Honestly, never had any interest. Never.
Yeah, same here.
We never had any interest in watching it. So this is our first time watching it, and we were both surprised by how
wow
good it was. Yeah, it's
great.
still not my cup of tea,
Yes,
but
like
I can
400
appreciate it.
I think ABC Family puts it on like a loop, like non-stop between
Yeah, well,
Halloween.
we don't have ABC Family, so we can get out of stuff without having cable a lot.
We
so.
are an ABC family. No, I'm sorry, God.
One of the things about this movie that sticks out the most to me is how, like, if you really watch it in detail and pay attention to a lot of the dialogue, like, you know, most blood drained from the vampires, and like pay attention to a lot of the little details, like, this is not a kid's movie at all. And I remember growing up, like, as my parents kind of presented this to me as a children's movie, and I watched it as a kid. And then I remember my brother is 22 years older than me, something like that, 21 years older than me. He like when I used to hang out with him, he was telling me a story about him and his friend went and saw The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I was like, what? I was like, isn't that a kid's movie? Like, what are you doing going to see Nightmare Before Christmas in the theaters, right? And he's like, no, like, that movie's like really kind of wicked and has a really dark side to it. And then as I got older and I started rewatching it and paying more attention to it, things like that, I was like, wow, like, like it can get kind of dark. So
It is dark. Very creepy.
Oh yeah. But also, if you want to go to Hot Topic, you can buy all sorts of great clothing.
Not Spencer Gifts?
Oh, Hot Topic and Spencer Gifts.
Hot Topic now.
I can't believe both of those are still at my mall. We have like our mall is like almost empty, and we still have our Spencer Gifts and Hot Topic.
I think we might still have Spencer at Beaver Valley Mall, but I'm not sure.
I spent a lot of time in that Spencer's at Beaver Valley Mall.
Yeah,
yes, you
I
did.
spent time there with you.
Yeah.
Strobe lights and the lava lamps.
The personal massagers. Yeah.
The police light, the red light.
Yes, we bought a police light there, and we pulled people over a few times.
I was just thinking
People
about
we
that
knew.
today.
People we knew.
I almost told my mother about that, but I didn't.
Well, I had a blue four-door Pontiac
Bonneville.
Bonneville, that 1979, that looked a lot like a police car.
It did.
So we thought, let's scare the crap out of somebody. Only people we knew.
The Rosens.
Sure. You can try to keep pack pedaling, see if that works.
Oh, that was funny.
It was fun. Shall we?
I think the movie does work on a whole bunch of different levels. I think the music, obviously, they have re-recorded. There are multiple versions of the soundtrack that have been out. Let me see. Yeah, there's a little. I said there are definitely creepy moments. I know my kids always enjoyed it. It's pretty much a staple on my house from between Halloween and Christmas.
Adam's right, and they actually released it through Touchstone and not Disney outright because they weren't sure how it would.
Yeah, but I remember it getting a fair amount of promotion. I mean, it wasn't a movie they just buried.
No, not at all. And then when it took off, they put their own name on it.
It made 400% profit. That's not bad.
I mean, to me, it definitely does feel like, there are some movies that this definitely feels like a holiday movie. It's listed on IMDb as a holiday movie, right?
Well, you can't have the word Christmas in your title and not be considered a Christmas movie.
Yeah, you can.
Name another one.
Interesting question. Oh, there we go. Here's the shout.
Name another one. Oh, I don't even know.
If you're gonna say Die Hard is a Christmas movie, or you're gonna say it's not a Christmas movie.
Some people say that.
Whether it is or it isn't, this is is or isn't a Christmas movie. I don't know. It takes place during Christmas at some point, right? I mean, there is Christmas involved. It's in the title.
It's at least more of a Christmas movie, to be honest, than Christmas Vacation is.
That is fair. That is fair. So
that takes place.
Christmas Vacation is just Chevy Chase mugging. It could be done any time of the year.
In 2008, there was a CD released called Nightmare Revisited, where they had pop artists do all the songs. And I'm going to say pop artists. I'm going to take that back. Modern artists doing all the songs, because Marilyn Manson, All American Rejects, Korn, Amy Lee, but then the Plain White Tees somehow sneaked in there. I have no idea why they're in there with this group. But you can actually get, like sort of
Menudo.
Modern artists redoing, and that's
Menudo.
15 years. Menudo, absolutely. Ricky Gervais was in there. No, but no, it's. I mean, the staying power of this movie, the relevancy of the movie, the fact that you can go to your Hot Topic right now and probably buy some Jack Stocks.
The fact that I'm getting mailings in the mail for buying, Bradford Exchange sets where I can subscribe and get a new building every month.
Yeah.
When we were at Disney World in 2019, it was Christmas time, and there was a ton of Nightmare Before Christmas
There's everywhere.
toys out there.
Oh yeah.
Michelle popped in and said, "So happy to see
Oh
we're
my
still
gosh,
doing this."
Michelle. We haven't heard from Michelle forever. Hello,
Like
Michelle.
a year.
It's been over a year.
Oh,
And
it's
also,
been
I had
quite some times.
I had a comment the other day on one of my posts from Rick Burdine.
No.
He's
He's like, "Hey, it's our birthday month." He'll show up on the birthday show at the end of the month.
And act like he never left.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's all right. Michelle's got some of the best profile pictures ever, by the way.
Yeah.
She's a fantastic photographer. So if you're looking for some unique photography, she's fantastic.
Looking for some.
But yeah, she's got great profile pictures. So are we doing this now? What do you want to do?
We might as well do this now.
You want to do it now? We're gonna go ahead and do some rating. All right, if you're in the comments, you're welcome to throw out a score as well, assuming you've watched this movie relatively recently. We'd like to hear your score from 1 to 100. And of course, we're going to bother everybody here to pony up a score.
All right. Well, who's I guess Richard has to go first, right? Is that how it works?
Red.
What did I hit? Oh, you did that?
Yeah, that was me.
All right. He's got the awesome hat on.
Here we go.
Yeah, like I said before, I love this movie. I watch it multiple times a year. I probably watch it minimum 2 to 3 or 4 times a year. Dark, creepy, weird stuff. Tim Burton, I love it all. I think my favorite part about this movie, just a very small thing, is the duck with the bullet holes in it.
Yes.
Was it Howard the Duck?
I'm also a musician, so like the music in this movie is awesome. I grew up in band and chorus. We sang the songs, we played the music. It was always just kind of part of my life, for years. So, I don't know. I could watch this movie over and over again, and I probably will continue to do so. So this one gets a 93 from me.
93. My, oh my. Oogie boogie.
Score for quite some time.
I enjoy it. It's not a favorite of mine, possibly because I didn't see it when I was younger. I don't have any actual criticisms of it. It's just that for some reason it doesn't really resonate with me the way it does for some people. Because I know there are people just fanatical about this movie. It is enjoyable to watch the animated version they did, the storyboard version of Burton's original poem that this came from, because it's the same story, except there's no Oogie Boogie, there's no Dr. Finkelstein, there's no. It just is a more streamlined version, And if you were to make that version, it would very much be a TV special length. And in fact, he had originally considered this as a TV movie when it was in production as a possibility. But I enjoy it. I don't have anything I don't like about it. It just isn't, for whatever reason, on my radar as, you know, a must see or, you know, gotta love it kind of movie. So it's an 85.
85. Staying alive at 85. Stacy and Wade.
I liked it better than I thought I would. It was a good length for what it was, for the creepiness, you know. It was just enough, you know, it was just enough. It wasn't overdone. They weren't beating us over the head with all the oogie boogie stuff and all that. It was just enough. And I that helped me rate it higher. I'm giving it an 89. The music was just fantastic. I mean, the songs are weird, but Danny Elfman's voice was, I liked it.
Okay. Yeah, this is the first time I mean, I'm sure I've seen bits of it here and there, but this is the first time I watched the whole thing, and kind of got a different impression than what I thought maybe it was going, which was good. And I mean, the stop motion was really good. I couldn't believe how good that was. And then Danny Elfman was good. And I loved Oingo Boingo in the day. So I'll give it a couple extra points. So I'll go with an 89 for me.
I never heard of Oingo Boingo before I met Wade, and before like 10 years ago.
There was a California thing, I guess, back in the 80s.
All right.
You know who Oingo Boingo is. You just don't know that you know who.
Maybe, and that could be very true, because there's a lot that I'm like, really? That was Kiss? You know, so.
Don't confuse Oingo Boingo with Kajagoogoo.
Oh, yeah.
Or Wang Chung.
I have no idea who this is.
Everybody Wang Chung. Stacey, where you'll know Oingo Boingo from is they did the Weird Science theme song.
Oh, yeah.
I did watch
Weird Science.
Yeah.
By
Okay.
Oingo Boingo.
They were at the party too, where they were doing Dead Man's Party.
Oh, yeah, Dead Man's Party? Oh, yeah, I did that.
Party as well, that's true.
Okay, so I really like the art direction in this, like the weird perspective of the buildings and everything, and the music, obviously too. Like, but I never actually connected with it when I was younger, so I'm gonna take off points just for that, because I just didn't. I don't know why. But when I was older, I like it. So I don't know.
The cat does not agree with what you're saying.
Oh. Well, there's a cat.
Yeah, there's the cat. Right, sorry, the cat like opened its eyes, like what?
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna give it an 87 though, because it's really good. So yeah.
All right, an 87. In the comments, I don't think we have anybody showing up yet with the scores.
Just Brittany admiring the cat.
Adam says we'll do it live. I'm not sure what that references to. We must have said something.
I think that was earlier. Don't worry. I think that was don't worry. That was earlier.
All right. Wait. What? I'm going to go with this real quick. Score 81, but in the fall it's probably like an 85.
No.
Like an 83. Like an 83 is what we're saying.
Is that a thing?
Seasonal movie.
When you watch it out of season, maybe the scores.
We're working on a sliding. It's a sliding scale we're working on here.
Yeah, I think that's right.
My mom says I agree. Danny Elfman's voice is fantastic. Never saw it before. She gives it an 80.
Wow, this is so great that so many people have been.
Honestly, I did see it before in the early 90s. Don't remember ever seeing it. So it was like seeing it for the first time. Together again for the very first time. Again, everything everybody said is true. Music's fantastic. Story, I like the story. I like the technology. If considering it's 1993, now they would just do it digital. There would be no stop motion.
Yeah.
And Tim Burton's a weird dude. He's got like his own font. Like everything he does has that font.
Yep.
Whether it matches or not, you know it's him. So I'm going to go with a solid. I'm going to go with an 89.
Wow.
Why? Did I build it up too much to go down to an 89?
No, that is our third 89, except that mine was the fourth 89 of the evening. Yeah, honestly, should everybody see this movie? Yes, I think so. I think it's a wonderful, and it's especially this is one of those movies, and this might be building on what Brittany is saying. You're looking for a holiday movie. If you're looking for a Halloween movie, of course, this has got to be in the list. In August, it can be on the list. You can't take away from it. The music is great. Everything about it is really, really solidly done. But I got bored. Because I've seen it before and I wasn't in that holiday spirit.
Yeah.
And so that's, but for me, it's still great. It doesn't take away from the fact that it's great, but it's an 89. So that's where I'm at with that.
I just went to the smaller screen with you, Eric, because you're a little choppy, and it was just having a big choppy screen. What are you?
I'm choppy.
Liver?
Yeah, they did actually innovate some things on this. I was reading the director, they created an alarm that would tell them if one of the lights had not come on. Because one of the big problems you used to have in animation was any slight change between frames and lighting is hard to tell when you're doing it and glaringly obvious when you're watching it. And so they actually so they could correct it before it caused a problem.
Wow.
I remember watching something like that. Like they had a bunch of stuff to do that kind of thing. And like I said before, like the I don't know, the perspective, like how you get that perspective to do all the it was cool.
I think that one of the facts that I've known about the movie that has actually just stuck with me for years is that just Jack Skellington's character alone, because he took up quite a bit of filming, of minutes of film, is that they had 5 different body models for Jack and 11 different heads, all to switch between his facial expressions, body movements, and things like that. I think his character had the absolute most, like actual body models for filming. So
yeah, there's so many articulations on it. Yeah,
right. I was gonna say they probably had like many different like mouths and stuff that they would put on too. Like they have the heads, but like they're gonna put like different.
That's
mouths.
what they did with Sally. Actually, hers was where you just swap the face to get her speaking animated. Yeah,
interesting. I had never, I didn't realize she was full of leaves. This was the first time I paid enough attention to realize that she was full of leaves.
Like a scarecrow.
She was a little like a scarecrow. All right, and
even
Adam.
All details. So when she falls and she's sewing her arm back on, she uses a blue, like her thread is blue, and then throughout the film she has blue thread on her arm. And I think earlier in the film, like after she was put together by Dr. Finkelstein, she has brown on the other arm. Like there's a bunch of small, tiny little details you can find in this movie. A lot of really neat things. One of my favorite things is Dr. Finkelstein's lab looks so much like the Cookie Factory in Edward Scissorhands, right?
Oh, that's interesting.
I was remembering,
which
this
is
movie also
weird since Burton didn't direct this.
Right. Yeah. It also made me want to watch another stop motion that's on my list, Dark Crystal. I don't know if anyone's seen it. I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to watch it now.
Have you seen the Aardman claymation stuff, like Wallace and Gromit and?
Oh yeah. Okay,
that stuff is amazing to me.
Yes, is awesome.
I love it. The Wrong Trousers is an all-time classic.
They're just awesome. Those were great films.
So you put up that Rebecca gave it an 88, but no, she didn't. She was just watching it. Adam, this movie is everything in a movie that I usually loathe. This movie is one of his favorite movies in the TBU. It's like a Star Wars movie.
The Tim Burton extended universe.
That's right. It is the
Wow. Should we all clap for that?
I clap.
I think the lowest score was in 80s. This is column 1.
Yeah.
It has to be a column 1.
For
and
sure.
Rebecca gets an LOL from Brittany.
Absolutely. So Nightmare Before Christmas.
Wow.
Bumping down
88.1.
Jumanji and beating out Shazam.
Ooh.
Just a little bit, but a solid.
Both of those
solid showing, Richard. Way to go.
That beats out Arthur Christmas to be our highest ranked Christmas movie, correct?
If this is a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie, yes. Well, we'll say it's a Christmas-ish movie. Yes, absolutely. So yes, this very, very well placed. And how cool that people had not seen this movie. I would have thought more people would have seen this already, so that's very exciting.
It's
You
really
can never
trying
figure out
to
what
show
holiday to
age.
watch it, you know?
We were a little prejudging there.
Yeah,
Yeah, how about that?
it's
You
definitely
never
better
know.
than
Well, this movie will be next year. This movie will be 30 years old.
I know. That's
I
crazy.
know. That is
And
How about that?
they have attempted to make sequels to it, and Burton has always managed to twist their arm and get them to not do it.
Yeah, I don't see how
I
you
want there to be one.
It was so short to begin with. You would really have to be pushing some sort of agenda or something, and I don't think it needs it. I think it's just that
Most
it's
movies don't need sequels.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
would just
think
be
it's
a
really
money grab anyway if you did.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like The Nightmare Before Christmas has really kind of settled its place into like a timeless film. I'm pretty sure just like
Really?
the cult following and everything, like it'll just
Nobody's
live on for
nobody's
years.
gonna buy tickets for the Easter before the 4th of July. Nobody. Oh, that's a good
That's from
one.
Adam.
Oh wow, wow! It's a Funko
Interesting.
exclusive.
Santa Jack.
That's hardcore, Adam. I
Santa
have
Jack
great
Skellington.
respect for that. Way to go. That's awesome.
Yes, mad respect, mad respect.
All right. What magical film will be on your TVs this week? Let's All right.
What film that you'd never expect to watch in August will come up next?
All right. Yeah, it could be Groundhog Day.
The 10 Commandments. I guess you can watch that anytime.
Well, you can watch really any movie at any time because we live in the land of the free. All right, let's shuffle this thing and let's give it a spin. I mean, there are lots of names on here. Richard, you have one spot on the wheel. If you get this
I already know what I'm gonna pick too.
let's go. Let's go. And it goes to Wade.
Wade.
Oh my goodness gracious. Wade has lots of spaces. Lots of spaces on the wheel for Wade.
Yeah, now they're all gone.
Is next, week's the last,
Wade.
next week's not the last Monday though. No.
I
No.
think I think I had Hugo on there, and when we were doing the movie trivia game, it came up, and I remembered watching it, and it was a long time before I just happened upon it, and really liked it. So I'm going to pick Hugo.
Hugo 2021.
Yeah.
Hugo. Very nice. Awesome. There we go.
Ben Kingsley, Jude Law.
On HBO Max currently. So if you're a subscriber, it's
You say
practically
2021 is 2011.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I have trouble with the numbers sometimes.
I just want to make sure it's the same thing.
No,
Have you guys been
2001,
watching
sorry about
some?
that.
Now, are we able to get it? That's the one thing. Are we able to get it on streaming pretty good? Or
Yes,
HBO
It's on HBO Max and available for rent.
Amazon for $3.
Amazon? Okay.
or check your local library
That's what I'm doing right now.
That's
or
right.
community
I'm
college.
sure it's at the local library.
We might own this. I'm not sure.
The library I'll be working at community college is has the same. It's the same system.
Is this our
Oh.
first Scorsese film?
Maybe,
That
maybe,
might
might be.
be
It might be.
true.
It might be. I don't know. It could be. I don't know. Might be the first one. Might
Ben,
not be. I don't know.
Kingsley, Sacha Baron Cohen,
Is good.
Asa Butterfield.
Oh,
You like?
I like. Very nice.
How about that?
Oh, that movie though. No, thank you.
Borat.
You're not gonna bring Borat when your name comes up on the wheel, Brian.
I can guarantie that
Oh,
will
I
never
might
happen.
have to now.
Only if Dan greased of dressing that one outfit he was wearing.
No.
I
The green
mask?
thong. No,
The
the
green
green
one, yes.
thong.
The green outfit.
I watched it one time, and that was one time too many.
So you didn't like the sequel, I'm guessing then.
I didn't watch the sequel. Is there a sequel?
Yeah, Rudy Giuliani's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was not released in theaters. It was that Amazon?
I think that
I
was
think
Amazon.
Amazon
It may have
had
been Netflix. I think it was
It might have
Amazon.
been Netflix. Yeah. So Wade hasn't had a chance to choose a movie since February.
Wow.
So
Hugo.
glad that finally came up, Wade. You had a lot of spaces on the wheel. We've had a couple. There are quite a few people who have lots of spaces on the wheel. So if you haven't, there's a reason to hold on. If you haven't, because your time will come.
I just love how Ray's response was, "Oh, great! Now I only have one."
Yeah.
It's the anticipation is all.
Yeah, I just got to wait until next February.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I made you a pie. Yeah, but it'll eventually be gone.
No,
Wish I had
It's like my friend who's got his blood type is B negative, and it's like, yeah, you won the lottery. Yeah, you know how much my taxes are going to be. Wow, Eric, what did you have for dinner?
Goodness.
All right.
He's frozen.
Wow.
He's frozen.
I was passing the mustard.
Somebody take away his $3.
You know what's really sad though?
Hold on, I don't know how to stop it.
What is happening?
I know how
Might
to
have done
stop.
something terrible. Hold on.
Officially off the rails.
And that's how you stop it right there.
What was that one?
You either stop it that way or you stop it this way. That's the other way you can stop it. He's
All
back.
right, I have something very special to share with all of you. I know how you all enjoy the TikToks so much. Some of you more than others. I found something because we all love the Marvel movies, and we all love a good filter on our phones, right? So when
I also love a good soundbite filter.
What?
It's not going to work with Rock. Oh, for Nebula.
I would watch the entire
my.
movie like that. I'm just saying.
Have you seen the ones that
The
other
first
filter
5
they do?
seconds were mildly funny.
Where the face is like this. Is like
Oh, somebody did that with the novels, romance novel covers. Oh, it's hilarious.
the one I saw was from A Few Good Men. He's like, "You can't handle the truth."
Nice.
It's pretty funny. I can't make the face, but
No, that was pretty good though.
Yeah.
It was a good representation.
thank
We
you.
got the point. We got the idea.
Yeah, but the tongue out and the eyes rolling, I've never seen that one.
That's
That was very interesting.
It is very interesting. Technology these days. I'll tell you. What will they come up with next?
Those kids with their phones.
Never imagine I'd ever see that growing up. I'll tell you.
I'm gonna go practice that in the mirror sometime, though. I promise. Wow.
See, that is beautiful. I would definitely watch that or read that.
And then here's what the original looks like. So
Yeah, see, that look half as appealing.
yes.
All right. Speaking of appealing.
All right, I'm just going to start because that little thing looks just like the beginning of Better Call Saul this season. They've used like this, the blue. The screens get weaker and weaker as they progress. Tonight is the series finale, not season finale, the series finale.
Wow.
So I'm very excited for that. And then one other thing I've been watching, and I recommend it to everybody if you'd like to watch it, is my good friend Chris Yost wrote a movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus.
Owen Wilson, Secret Headquarters.
I want to watch this.
It's a fun movie. It's a really fun
looks like
movie.
a fun movie.
Yeah.
And how do you know this man?
Chris Yost is the father of Josh's oldest friend. They met when Adam Yost was 6 weeks old and Josh was 4 weeks old.
Aww.
And one of Becky's best friends is his wife. and he was a screenwriter back then, and he got into the Marvel program. He wrote he wrote the Thor movies, and he wrote part of Mandalorian. And now here he is with his own movie, and it was produced by Jerry Bruckheimer. So
Nice.
But it did go direct to Paramount Plus, which is okay.
It looks like a fun movie.
It's a fun movie.
It looks fun.
Is it a fun movie?
It's a fun movie.
If you like fun, you'll like the movie.
Oh, stars. Beautiful bald eagles. A frog eat a hot dog, and some kids have the weekend of their life. Well, there you
You
go.
see different constellations than I do.
A frog.
There's a frog eating a hot dog.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I would see that. That would be fun.
Wow.
How about a dog eating a frog?
Sounds like she
eating a
watched
hot
the
dog?
Goonies. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Anyone else watching something?
All right. This
Here
is
comes
not a
Eric.
recommendation for some of you. But we have started watching The Boys from season 1.
But yeah, it is not a show I would recommend to everyone without question.
It's not everybody here.
But if
If
you're in the right audience, it is an amazing show.
Oh wow, is it fun, but wildly inappropriate and vulgar and disgusting.
How far are you in?
2 episodes.
Oh man.
Oh, me too.
No,
That's all.
You
That's all I
barely
meant.
scratched the surface, man.
Yep. And we had to. Well, we watched. I'm not even gonna say it. Never mind. We've watched. It's just awesome. But wildly inappropriate.
What's it on?
You gotta really be ready.
Amazon.
Yes, it is on Amazon.
Show for you, apparently.
They got a bunch of seasons, right?
3.
There's 3 seasons.
Yeah.
3. Okay, that's a bunch, I guess.
It is a bunch. You know, and it's a wild ride.
They really try to top themselves, and they often succeed.
Yes. Yeah, they're having a
just,
good time.
More inappropriate.
Yeah, there is some of that.
100%. So yes, so that is definitely something to keep in mind if you're thinking about starting that. If you are easily offended, this is not
Get the kids and felines out of the room.
Right.
Yes. So,
I'm a really big Jackie Chan fan, and I saw that Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights were on Tubi. So
There's our Owen Wilson.
Brendan and I
one. What's
watched
the last thing?
Shanghai Noon.
nice.
Really good one. Speaking of Owen Wilson, so
Yeah. I do like those. Those are fun.
Yeah.
Sean
Those are
Wang.
good times.
What's your name? Sean Wang. John Wayne?
I
Yeah,
like
and-
Jackie Chan.
There's only
Jackie
2
Chan.
episodes left of Only Murders in the Building season 2.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
But two things that came from that.
episodes cannot come fast enough.
There is a 3rd season coming,
Yes?
and Steve Martin announced he's not acting anymore other than this.
Yeah, he said he's done with after this show ends, whenever that is, he's done with TV and movies.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he's in his 70s,
Oh.
77.
and he's made tons of money
Yes.
Yes.
because he's been
I
director,
think he'll be
writer,
okay.
actor, comedian, musician, art collector.
Oh, is he also an artist? Did he also write, paint some stuff, or am I
I'm
thinking
not
of?
sure. I just always remember the story that Robin Williams used to tell about one of the things that helped him decide he needed to quit cocaine was visiting Steve Martin and seeing that he had original Renaissance paintings on his wall and realizing how much money he'd put up his nose.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, there is that.
I did that backwards. I'm like, well, that's wait, what? Then I realized it's this. The Day the Music Died, the documentary about American Pie by Don
All right.
McLean. Adriel, the Last Airbender.
Adriel?
Yeah, I think you messed that up.
Adrian, maybe?
Yo,
Ariel?
Adriel!
Yeah. I did it. No, we have the lull. That's about
Yeah.
what
We've
are
been
you
watching
Lull?
Raising Hope.
Ooh,
Oh,
yay!
yes.
Oh,
What do you think?
Well, we
Wait,
watched
don't
it
talk about
before. We used to watch it. So we're rewatching, and we missed a few episodes because we watched it first run, but then we lost track of it because it was on Fox.
Hulu. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was on
Mm.
Fox originally. So now that it's on Hulu, we can just pick up where we left off.
Hmm.
Oh, that show. It's held up really well. I thought, oh, I don't know. It was really a cringy thing sometimes, but it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me feel all the feels. Like, it makes me feel cringe, but it makes me.
But Eric tends to dislike cringe stuff.
I don't cringe.
You know what? You have to watch a couple.
Well, I will watch a couple. Definitely for our conversation at the end of the month.
I can't wait. I love
the very first one to understand.
Yeah, you have to see the first one, and you'll go, "What the heck?
Yep.
Why would I watch this?"
That's the tone.
But it gets lighter than that.
For sure. Yeah.
If you pick from the list that Brittany and I gave you, some of those episodes are really cringe, and some of them, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
So it gives you the best of both.
Interesting. Okay.
It's
I will definitely watch a little bit. Because but I have been busy with my Seinfeld rewatch, so
it was last month.
That's been taking my priority is trying to get through. I'm on season 5.
Wow.
Season 5 starts strong. You can tell season 5 is when all the gloves are off. They've been declared a huge success.
Season 5 was when it was all the water cooler talk and everything. As everybody talked about it every week was the latest Seinfeld.
True.
Right. And you can tell that just from the writing and the acting, and you know that they are just full of confidence. So yeah.
Wade saw the Soup Nazi this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You guys went to Steel City Con.
Yeah, I did. I did not go.
You did not go?
I didn't because Reagan's friend was coming to stay and she was going to buy a ticket. And I said, you know what? You can have mine because I had a lot of paperwork to do for my new job. So that's what I did Saturday instead.
So, Wade, how was your first Steel City Con experience?
Well, if there wasn't someone I was actually going to see there again, I thought I'd go back again. But yeah, it was, seeing Reagan, meeting Zach Levi a couple times and getting him to sign her shoe and all kinds of weird stuff.
Wow.
It was good. And then the best
we have
part
pictures? Do we have pictures of this?
Yeah.
The best part was after we got our picture with Zach Levi, we had to go wait in line to get a digital picture. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he comes walking by saying like, "Hey, bye everybody." Well, then he comes walking back by, and he comes by us and he goes, "Hey, Reagan," and keeps going. so like the whole room is like looking back at Reagan. Like, who's that?
Yeah. She went and got her shoes signed. She had orange Chucks that one of the characters wore, that Yvonne Strahovski wore in the show. So she wore those, and she was wearing her "Buy More" name tag and all the stuff. So she had one of those signed. And so she did that, and so he was talking to her, and she was all hype up, and everything. The word "hype" was.
And he liked that.
He liked that, so he told her, "You're aces," and that's what he wrote on her shoes. And then, so then when they went to get their picture taken, and they walked in, apparently he's like, "Come on, Reagan," because he remembered her. So yeah, I'm trying to.
If she had a time machine, she would just live that over and over on a loop.
Cody.
Where's Cody
in
been?
the comments, we're watching Hugo from 2011.
I'm looking for other stuff.
Okay.
Martin Scorsese's Hugo.
I put Chuck on my list again because I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's
That's
so
I
awesome.
remember. Yeah, I remember it being
I'm
really
so glad
fun.
you guys had a good experience. I know sometimes the lines there are pretty long, and
She planned it well. She didn't go till later in the afternoon.
Smart.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. There just wasn't a lot of stuff. I mean, there was a lot of vendors there, but there wasn't a lot of stuff I would have bought off them.
Well, there's a lot of vendors there.
I'm
They
gonna.
will gladly take your money.
They have announced already that Chevy Chase will be coming back in December.
Yeah, then we had
good.
signs up for him.
That's a good reason not to go.
Boy,
It makes me so sad because Chevy Chase was one of my favorite actors growing up. He was awesome. My mom,
but he's a bit of an asshole
on Chevy Chase. I know, it makes me so sad.
I can't even think of a single movie that I really like him in.
My dad and mom love him from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, SNL, and although he was only on the first season.
Yeah,
vacation movies.
The first vacation movie, I think.
First
is good.
Vacation is pretty good. The others really fall off quickly.
What about Fletch?
Oh, they
Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right, Dan.
Fletch.
Fletch.
Yes,
Fletch
thank
is
you.
the one exception. Yep.
Yes, he is great in Fletch.
He is great in Fletch. And he is absolutely cool when Fletch lives.
Yeah.
What is it?
And
the only one I can think of is
What about Three
Caddyshack
Amigos?
that I've seen.
Caddyshack.
He's not. He doesn't. The movie Caddyshack would be just as good with someone else because Bill Murray is far more important to Caddyshack than Chevy Chase.
Okay. But Man of the House, right? Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I mean,
I do like that one.
Wonderful movie.
She wore the shoes. You can't wear those shoes anymore.
Well, she had them on.
She had them on when she was
under
there.
glass now. Those have got to be under glass somewhere.
Oh yeah, we went out to eat after that, and then the waitress touched her hand, and she's like, "That waitress just touched my hand. That just touched Zach Levi. She probably doesn't even realize."
It was. I was excited because this was what she asked for her birthday, was to go to this. So
Silverstone.
Yeah. Didn't see her. She must have been there Friday.
No, she was there yesterday too.
And and actually Chevy Chase was one of the bad guys in some of the Chuck shows too. So
Oh.
yeah, so we're kind of go. Yeah, maybe I'll go see back and see him now.
No,
I can't believe I forgot Man of the House though. Richard just mentioned that. Yeah, I did really like that one. And no, I can't believe I forgot that one.
Whoa! Wait, hold on. Here it is. Best day ever. Best day ever. Clearly.
This was worth the money.
Wow.
She had such a great experience.
Wow! Look at that.
He's tall.
That's what she kept saying.
He's very tall.
Yeah, she said this.
It's like his shirt is saying, "You must be this tall to ride this ride."
Yeah, just made it.
Yep. So yeah, she was pretty excited, and best large amount of money I spent on her in a long time.
Nice.
She was happy. If it had been a bad experience, I would be really disappointed, but it turned out great. So, and she wanted to go see Dexter characters.
Yep.
And I told her after I bought that they were there. Michael C. Hall was supposed to be there, and he canceled.
He did cancel.
Like, what? And then so she went to see one of the characters. She paid for that herself and got his autograph.
She goes see the Perfect Strangers. Come on!
Oh my!
No, they're so awesome. Larry Appleton.
Don't be ridiculous.
It's Larry Appleton.
The only
Yeah,
one I have ever done was at at Emerald City Comic Con here in Seattle, and that was this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He signed my license plate, and
he actually has a readable signature.
Yeah.
He doesn't have just a scroll.
But he refuses. It was really weird because they're like, he won't write anything but his name. He would not personalize it. They don't ask him to write anything but his name.
Description.
And then I start thinking, maybe he's illiterate. Like maybe he can't write anything but his name.
That could be.
Oh, what is that movie?
Is that Newman?
Newman.
Oh my God, Newman.
He looked great.
He's so skinny. I thought that was Kevin Pollak for a second.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, he does. He looks great.
Wow. Well, he wants to live.
Newman.
Yeah.
Because he's short. He's really short.
Yeah.
I think he's like 5'2" or 5'3".
He's not Danny DeVito short, but he's short.
No, but he was the same height and width at the same time.
Yeah,
pretty much.
He was a perfect circle.
Scary.
Danny DeVito's like 4'11".
What's his name? The one guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia was on. He was guest hosting Kimmel this week, and he was on with Ryan Reynolds. And he was in every picture with Ryan Reynolds, he looks so incredibly short. He said, "Yeah, but I spent years acting with Danny DeVito, so everyone thinks I'm a giant."
I could just imagine people like going up with the Apple box and like placing it down, and what they need to do, like one of these, because I don't know if you know what an Apple box is. I can't even do this right now. It's all backwards. So they have a box, and you either stand on it this way or you stand on it like this, depending on how short you are. Yeah. So that, when the camera is to make everybody on the same height.
Yeah.
When Paul and Oates were the musical guests on SCTV back in the 80s, they were somewhat sort of Tom Cruise like. They were somewhat concerned about their height, so they had to actually film scenes with them on boxes and things because they didn't want to seem shorter than the other performers.
Yeah.
Especially John Oates, as I recall.
So nice being
I'm
almost
going back
6'4".
to the Chevy Chase conversation.
Three Amigos is a good movie, but it's not good because of Chase.
No.
Whereas Fletch is good because of Chase.
Yeah.
I
I would say that's his best movie.
I would agree.
I don't
Now
know.
you're forgetting about Spies Like Us.
Yeah, I ran out to see that because I'm thinking, oh yeah, him and
That awesome Paul McCartney theme song. Come on.
Yeah, we watched that on this show.
That is
didn't we?
that's
we
a fun
watched
movie.
that here.
What number did it get?
It did so well. I can pull up the old graphic because I'm pretty sure it's on the bottom half.
There it is,
There it is,
60.6.
60.60.
wow.
It did better than Rat Race.
But worse than Sergeant Pepper?
Can't rip on Sergeant Pepper.
Paul McCartney is the tying thread between those two.
That's true.
Yeah, Reagan found a Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Heart Club poster, but she didn't buy it.
At the con.
Oh, the
Like
con.
big one. Big one.
Life-size Peter Frampton. Yeah.
You might need that.
You might.
You might.
You might.
Yeah, they have-
If
they
you
have-
lived in a bigger house than we do.
there is a lot of good merch at Steel City.
They left the house because they had to pick up her friend Chris, who was taking her mother to the airport. They picked her up at the airport to go, and they were gone. They walked in the house, and I said, "You're home already?" That's what they went. They did their pictures. They went to eat. They went and got more pictures, and then they came home. That's it. They did not spend the day.
It's a lot of vendors. If you're not going to sit into the panels, and if
Yeah.
you're not going to go and see what all the vendors are selling, then yeah, I mean, there's not a lot else to do because that pretty much is what it is. It's a lot of vendors.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of artists, and then there's a lot of people selling stuff like it's a giant flea market, and there's a lot of celebrities that but how many photo ops and signatures are you going to get?
Exactly.
Saturdays, they do a lot of panels.
Do.
They do.
Do.
I don't know if Zach was going to do any Shazam panels. I don't remember from looking. Shazam. But I looking at that schedule, I just went, I don't really want to go to this. And plus, it was too. I had to ask Eric for advice on how to even begin buying anything for her, and I was just a little stressed out. So I was really glad I didn't have to go. And I really didn't want to, since I am starting a new job next week, that I thought, I don't want to be around people. I don't want to have to wear a mask.
Look like Zach did a panel at all.
No,
I don't think he did.
I thought that they were talking about it, but I'm not sure.
You could have gone to any of these.
Joey Fatone.
Yeah.
Joey was
there.
there.
Will Wheaton was there.
Yeah, see? I do enjoy the Artist Quick sketch if you ever on a Saturday night. It's very enjoyable. And Michael Rooker. It's fantastic. It's very exciting.
From The Walking Dead.
Yondu was there. It's very exciting.
Greta Van Fleet was there? Oh no, Grace Van Dien. All right, same thing.
Now I feel bad that we talked about Reagan's story because she's going to be back next week and she might get on and talk about it.
Good. Well, I we never heard it.
We never heard a thing.
Yeah, we'll pretend like we never heard it because she's not.
Adam says overpriced photo ops and autographs. All true.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And
I agree.
I think I've told this story before that Tom Wilson, who played Biff in the Back to the Future movies, he never did any of these. And he's like, nope, not doing it. And then finally he did one. He goes, made 50 grand in 2 days. I'm doing these.
Yeah.
Now he's at all of them.
Yeah.
So, holy crap. Because he's a comedian also. He books a comedy show, the weekend he's there. That sells out. And he makes more money for 2 hours signing autographs.
He really said it's overpriced when there are lines of people who are willing to pay this amount of money.
Oh, yeah.
It's overpriced to Adam. It's not overpriced to the market.
Well, obviously,
it is overpriced, and that she asked for that. It was that or a passport, which she's going to get anyway. But she'll pay for that.
No, so you're not leaving the country.
And so I thought,
what a country.
It's like I said, it's the most money I've spent on a gift for her in I don't know how long. So, and it was worth it. If Like I said,
Oh, 100%.
if he had been a jerk,
Well, some of these people get it. I always hear the musicians who talk about how this might be your 270th show this year, but there's people out there it's their first and possibly only, and you have to keep that in mind. That some of these stars are that way too, and others are just bored and just want their paycheck.
right?
Yep.
And that's what I realized watching a lot of these things I watch on YouTube. You know, a lot of the like car shows and car channels I follow, and they introduce themselves every show like I've never seen. I'm like, what do you think? I'm an idiot? I've never seen it. And they go, oh, it's for the people that this is the first time they've ever seen it.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. I've had both experiences. I've had really good experiences with paying for either an autograph or a photo, and I've had rather poor experiences with both. And it's unfortunate when it doesn't go well and they're tired and they're not really interested. You know, they're just there for the check. That's disappointing.
Yeah.
Well, Adam just nailed it.
It is important that you select your artists carefully.
I will say, Adam, that William Shatner goes up to Ticonderoga where they have the Star Trek official
Pencil?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not made there.
Ticonderoga joke.
It's not made there. It's the official Star Trek museum kind of thing that my friend James has, and he's been up there 3 or 4 times, maybe 5 times now. And he was just there in July, and he engages with everyone. They engage. They're on the set because they've rebuilt the set there.
Yeah, that's what it is. They rebuilt.
It's pretty cool.
There was a couple at our previous church who were big Star Trek fans, and when Nimoy announced that he was doing his final con, they made arrangements to make sure they were there. And I guarantee you they don't regret that because a few years later he was gone.
Yeah. And that's the thing with William Shatner's. It's $1,000 to get a ticket to get in to see him, which is crazy. And I would never, ever do that. But I have a picture of him in sick bay.
The man's 90 years old. What does he need the money for at this point?
They
just do it at this point.
Jeff Bezos' phallus.
Yeah,
you got to pay for his space trip, man.
Yeah, that's true.
That was paid for.
Find it.
The space.
Well, one of the channels I watch is a guy named Hoovy. Tyler Hoover has a car channel called Hoovy's Garage, and they do the other one called Car Trek, and they actually were on that set, and they were all dressed like members of the I almost said the SS Minnow. I'm so exhausted. My brain is just not working.
Oh man, now there's a mix.
That's interesting.
Almost took my hat off and hit myself.
Good job, little buddy.
Nice.
The man could make a nuclear reactor out of a coconut, but he couldn't fix a hole in a ship. What's that old joke?
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, but he got to meet the Harlem Globetrotters.
By the
He
way,
didn't want to leave because Ginger and Marianne were there.
I took what was left from craft service this over the
nice.
weekend. I've got a big bag of these.
Wow.
I love Star Trek. I'm just.
Here.
Yeah, there are people that love to meet celebrities that could never afford the ticket. Very true.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that celebrities, if I was ever like a legit celebrity, I would just go to the mall or I'd go to Walmart and just like say hi to people.
Then they wouldn't believe it was really you.
I know.
Yeah.
That's
All right. So if you love some Star Trek, I found me and the TikToks. Here's one of my favorite of all times.
A certain man in the Bible long ago. He was sent from God to the earth. He did go. People heard him speak of hope and of love. And when he told a story, people couldn't get enough. Rah, rah, let us sing to the great Almighty King. He took our sins and he paid the cost. A certain man in the Bible long ago. He was
The heck was that?
What an amazing mashup!
She's got a hairball.
No, there were 2 awesome Star Trek spoofs on Saturday Night Live. There was the last voyage of the Star Trek Enterprise, and then there was the one with William Shatner at the Star Trek convention. Both brilliant.
Get a life.
Yeah, get a life.
Yeah,
That's actually really good.
Well, it's funny. My son and I were talking about this the other day how there are people like Bob Odenkirk was on a thing about Better Call Saul, and they said he made a comment about something. Oh yeah, like a year passed. And the guy that created the show is like, it was 6.5 years, and he goes, I don't know, I don't watch the show. Like he's Saul of Better Call Saul, and he doesn't watch the show.
Right.
And
he doesn't have to watch it; he lives it.
And there are people that'll be like Howard Stern does this all the time. He'll bring in a celebrity and then have one of their super fans, and he'll do a quiz, like trivia, about that celebrity, and the fan always knows the right answers more than the person because they don't watch their own shows or their own movies. They don't really know.
You watch this back then?
7 times. I watch it once a day.
Oh, well.
Leading up to I got to do my show research for next week.
That's probably true.
I watch it like game tape when I used to coach basketball. What could we have done differently?
That's true.
So you just grab your shirt and then your chin. No, it should be chin then shirt.
I'm going back to the TikToks for one for Dan.
Must we?
J.C. Penney's $10 dress shirt. It's made of silky smooth Ultressa polyester, a fabric many $14 shirts are made of. It has a special collar that feels soft but stays in shape, a feature many $16 shirts have. It has 7 buttons instead of 6, so that it won't pop open at the waist, a feature some $20 shirts don't even have. The J.C. Penney $10 dress shirt. J.C. Penney's $10 dress shirt.
And it's bulletproof.
Wow.
Yeah,
Bit my
What
tongue.
was
I
the
almost
other
made a
guy
really
on
bad
there?
joke.
I get the old J.C. Penney commercial, but what was the other guy?
The guy had obviously
I'm pretty sure JC Penney still has a $10 dress shirt, or maybe they're $20 now, but they're like 3 for $30 or something like that.
Well, I can say that picture of Tony, of Rafi as Tony, we went to J.C. Penney and bought his suit. And I believe that shirt was $10.
Did you get the $10 dress shirt?
I think it was on sale. I think it was $19.
You didn't Bangladesh.
Prices have gone down in clothing, apparently. And I know Brian would say something about, does it help you stay on a horse? I know what you were thinking.
That's the great thing
I
about
didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it.
Wow, did you read his mind?
I just knew it had to be something about either that or I thought Dave would say something about it. Make sure there's not a 1979 penny in the pocket.
Terrible. Should all be.
Yeah, I try to purge that movie from my mind.
There was somebody, Dave.
I might
who
watch it tonight.
Posted about it on Facebook, and they said this is my dad's very favorite movie, and it was some girl, so it wasn't Josh.
Right.
And I was like, oh my gosh! And I said my friend Dan Rosenberg likes it too. I tagged him in it. I'm like,
Oh, you tagged? Oh, yeah, I remember that.
yeah,
Yeah. I want to go to that hotel. There's an annual conference every October. My sister lives up there.
I will never begrudge someone having their own favorite movies, no matter how much critics or other fans may dislike them. I just scratch my head and say, when you get to know someone's taste in movies well enough, and you think you know what they like and dislike, and there's just one aberration, it's like Adam with A Nightmare Before Christmas, or it's just like
defies all logic.
Check every box of what he hates.
Don't say anything bad about Adam.
Which movie are we talking about?
Somewhere in Time.
Somewhere, I don't know.
Somewhere in Time.
You like time travel?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Watch
You'll
Somewhere
hate
in
it.
Time.
Then you'll hate it. If you
Does
like time
anybody-
travel, you'll hate this movie.
Is anybody else following Titanic Fan 97?
No.
no.
No,
Is that
35,000 other people.
I
Yes.
never go to
It's
TikTok.
Titanic on VHS, and Titanic's 3 hours and 14 minutes long, or 188.4 minutes, and that's 6.5 feet of tape per minute. But what happens if you combine all 315 copies of Titanic on VHS? Let's find out. If you combine my collection, it would be 59,346 total minutes of Titanic, or 989.1 hours. So technically 41.2125 days of watching Titanic on VHS. More specifically, that's 385,749 feet of tape, which converts to 73.06 miles of tape. So let's compare. If the Titanic ship itself was 883 feet long, you would need 436.9 Titanic boats to match the length of my Titanic tape and my Titanic tapes. So when people ask me, I always say 315 copies of Titanic on VHS.
Oh, we're looping.
So this guy, yeah, all he does is collect copies of Titanic.
My mom loves the movie as well. So
I was gonna look it up, but
Dan,
then I was
think
like,
you need
does
to
he
start...
really have that many copies of Titanic? Like,
this guy does. Yeah, he actually gets them in the mail. People ship him copies of Titanic on VHS.
Oh, I'm gonna do that with Somewhere in Time.
That's what I'm thinking. Dan, you
I'm
need
starting
to start.
TikTok.
Go with Laserdisc, Dan.
You think there's that many out there, Dan?
Oh, I want them all.
You want the Funko Pops?
Is Titanic really 3 hours and 14 minutes? I knew it
It
was
is-
long,
it is
but
really long.
It's
yeah.
actually longer than the actual Titanic. How long it was out on the water? It's not. But it's like MASH. The TV show MASH is longer than the Korean War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You can start your collection today, Dan.
Even that expression on her face is, "Why are you looking at this movie?"
Only one in stock.
She's looking at him when the
Only
picture's being
one
taken.
in
She's
stock.
not looking at him. She's looking out.
Only one left in stock.
Only one.
Used for $1.
I'm going to give somebody the link. They can buy it.
Reissued. It's a reissued copy.
Oh, I don't want to reissue.
Original recording reissued.
You need to haunt flea markets, Dan.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh wait, continue watch. It's on Prime Video.
Yeah, I just noticed that. I was like looking where I could find it.
Is it free?
Yeah.
Don't pay $3.99.
No, it's free.
No, do not pay $99.
Actually,
oh, come on.
Okay, do we have favorite time travel movies? Can we do that?
Most of Dan's time travel movies I like. It's just this one is just such an odd beast.
I mean, Back to the Future, I love that one.
Oh,
That is my favorite movie.
What connects this movie to the Titanic conversation?
Just
Nothing,
the
I
Dan
don't-
to be collecting.
Dan's
these
gonna collect
VHS.
it.
Oh,
This is
Okay.
how Dan needs to start his
So-
VHS.
You didn't miss anything,
Dan's
Richard.
going to collect them.
You didn't
No,
miss
I'm having like a strange like paradigm shift. It's like as soon as the movie Titanic came out and I watched it for the first time with my family, you know, I don't even know when that movie came out in the 90s.
1996.
Yeah, my dad was like, "Man, you know what this movie really reminds me of? It reminds me of Somewhere in Time." He's like, "You should really watch that movie if you like Titanic."
Shut up.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the correlation
Well, they're
is.
both 1912.
all right.
Oh.
Well, Richard, we have to tell you, Dan is actually your father.
there must be a time loop on 1912 then somehow.
Oh my.
Okay, so Richard,
Richard.
you're gonna have to
James-
call your
James
dad and
Seymour.
get that story straight and make sure that's really the movie, or you're just not remembering it that way, because that's crazy.
No, that's definitely the movie because so I had mentioned this before. He recorded all of his favorite movies on VHS tapes, and like that would hold 3 movies.
Right.
And
Yeah,
he like
VHS.
went into his collection that he had like Dewey Decimal System and everything, and was like, "Yeah, here it is. You should watch this sometime."
Did you watch it?
I remember watching it once, but that was like way back in the 90s. And I barely remember what it's about. I think, is the movie based in like 1912? Like,
No,
everybody's
I'll
parents
give the
old?
gist really quickly.
All right, here we go.
Are you ready?
Oh,
Here we
bro.
go. Very quickly. Then we should end. We
I'll
really
mute
should.
myself.
Oh, he's going to mute himself. So it starts in 1971. A guy is premiering his first play, and as everybody's talking, this old woman comes up to him, hands him a watch, and says, "Come back to me." And she walks away. There's the watch. And then you cut to 8 years later. He's a famous playwright at this point, and he's got writer's block. So he goes and stays at this famous hotel on which is supposed to be outside Chicago. It's actually on Mackinac Island in Michigan. And he goes in and he sees this picture of this woman. This is perfect timing, Eric. Sees this picture of this woman, and he just falls in love with her. And he starts doing research and finds out that the last picture taken of her, she's actually that old woman that gave him this watch. So he talks to his professor, who wrote a book about time travel. And he says, "Is there a way that you can actually go back in time?" He says, "If you think it, you can do it." Then he finds this book, and look, his signature is in the old guest register from 1912. And he's like, "Oh my God, I was there." So he convinces himself. He goes back in time. He meets her. They fall in love. And he accidentally has a penny from 1979 in his pocket. And mentally, that shoots him back to the present. And he dies of a broken heart.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't have to watch it.
That was both shorter
I'm
and
never
better.
gonna watch it again. Yeah.
I'm gonna remake that movie someday. Hear me
So
now, believe me
his
next week.
Time travel is
Wait,
like,
remake it as a TikTok.
like thought based.
Yeah, his whole thing is
Time
that
travel is thought based.
the
Basically,
time
you
travel
only
is
exist in this time because you believe you exist in this time.
Lucid
Really
dreaming.
convince yourself
it's
that it
based.
was
Richard
1950
Matheson.
You would be in 1950.
And I love Richard Matheson. He's
Richard
a-
Matheson wrote the original book. It was called Bid Time Return, and it was about a guy who actually had a brain tumor, and that they think that's
Not
what
a
was a
tumor.
delusion.
Uma.
Right. And then there's another guy named Jack Finney who wrote 2 books that are really good about time travel. One's called, I forget the order. It's Time After Time and Time Again. And it's similar.
We did this. No, I'm kidding.
It's very similar where there's a government experiment and they put people in a situation where they're surrounded by that time and they actually go back in time because everything around them, their entire environment is 1954 and they end up in 1954.
Yeah, so when you're in Disney in the Carousel of Progress, you're actually time traveling.
You could be. How do you know?
I feel like
do
it's
you know?
sometimes.
Yeah. So, or if you go to the South, you're going back to the 50s. So I recommend both those books as well.
All right.
And the professor's name is Professor Finney in the movie, which I think was a nod to Jack Finney, who wrote those other books that were very similar.
If you're going to watch it, O'Brien, just don't get your hopes up.
Let him decide for himself.
Right.
I am.
The
And-
acting is, and I'll be honest, the worst actor in the movie is Christopher Reeve.
Huh? All right.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you learn by studying that which is not great.
I have done that a lot.
You learn what not to do.
Yeah. I like Timeline as well, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I do like it. I know you guys have done that one already too.
Time Cop.
They hated it. They all hated it.
Time Cop. I like Time Cop
The
too.
Time Machine, the new version of the
Die
Time
Hard?
Machine.
No, wait, that's not one.
No.
It's not a time travel movie.
Yeah, Time Machine's all right.
Time Cop 2.
I didn't
Isn't
know
there a
there was
movie
a
called
sequel.
The Time Machine?
Yeah, the Time
Yeah,
Machine.
it's the Rod's tale based on the H.G. Wells book. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
there's a new version of it.
Terminator.
Sea of Tranquility.
Yeah, Terminator's a great
I'm not
one.
even familiar with that one.
Yeah. Terminator.
Yeah.
I stopped watching Terminator after when they started making all the new ones.
You only need to watch the first 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious. No, it's not a time travel.
One of them
Love
is.
the Fast
What
and
you
Furious
combine those?
movies.
That would be interesting.
I don't know. They take so long to do those action sequences. There must be some form of time travel in the Fast and Furious.
Absolutely.
Then there's Luke.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah.
There is
Right.
those. I watched the
Luke
new
West
one.
is actually Bruce Willis.
I watched the new one.
Oh, don't do this. Don't do this.
What was it? Is it? Oh, what's the newest one? The Bill and Ted's. I can't remember what it's called.
Face the Music.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I watched that recently. That was interesting.
There's every Doctor Who.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm still making my way. I got to the. It would be a spoiler, so I can't say it. I'm halfway through the 7th, I think. 7th season of the newest Doctor Who.
Are you still Matt Smith then, or are you David Tennant?
Yeah. I haven't made it switch yet.
Oh, they just keep getting better.
Capaldi is really good.
Yeah.
Time After Time was a good movie too.
Oh
H.G.
yeah.
Wells, H.G. Wells in the future, chasing Jack.
Yeah,
I
that was
think Mary Steenburgen stars in that. If I'm not mistaken,
that
she's
makes
the female
sense.
lead, and then she's in Back to the Future 3
Yeah.
I'll write that one down too. That sounds fun.
as Clara Clayton of
You
Clayton
guys ever
Ravine.
watch Early
Yeah.
Edition?
Yeah, when I was younger, yeah, for sure.
Early Edition was great.
Yeah, it was a good show. I liked it.
So actually, when I was trying to figure out a movie, there was this old movie I watched that was called 1, 2, 3, and you had to, and if you look for it, you got to spell it out 1, 2, 3. And it had James Cagney was like this Coca-Cola executive in Berlin, and he's taking care of the Coca-Cola president's daughter in
not the
Berlin.
right
and
name
he's
for the
married-
movie.
What? And it's
That's
like
not the right name for that movie. I'm pretty
like-
sure. Let me see here. Go ahead.
it's like a total train wreck. I mean, his
1961.
daughter marries a communist from East Berlin, and he
I
tries to
remember
fix
the movie. I
everything
just
so
remember
that he can get promoted and go back to Atlanta, and it's pretty hilarious.
Huh. So David,
Bill
was
Wilder.
Quantum Leap yet?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
one,
Bill
two, three,
Wilder,
there it
yeah.
is. Huh.
Yeah,
Quantum
the
Leap
problem
is-
was you can't. I think you have to pay for it. Like you have to actually buy it to get the movie. So I didn't pick
That's
it.
why I remember it, because it was Billy Wilder that did it. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd gotta love Quantum Leap, but I'll have to see how the reboot is this fall.
Well, now they're saying there's a good chance Scott Bakula will be in it now because the show he was supposed to be on didn't get picked up.
Ah,
so he's now
Maybe
available.
he will be Uncle Bakula. No, I'm sorry. That's it.
like Captain Archer. No,
That was a good show.
All right. Well, I think that's the law.
And I think
There
that's
it is.
the end.
That's the right one.
If you want to see something super cute, you can watch the I Am Groot series on Disney Plus. They're about 4 minutes each. Super
Okay.
short, super irrelevant, super cute.
any new merch?
Huh?
Any new merch?
New merch. It's all classic vintage merch. New merch coming for Christmas. Get ready.
Your fans are clamoring for new merch.
I know. We'll have new merch.
Also, if you're not already following, follow the 90s Retro TV channel on
Oh,
YouTube.
yeah, you got to check that out. Some really great stuff coming this week.
I'll bet.
Wait till an EriDan concert shows up.
Oh my gosh.
No, he won't put that on there.
EriDan Palooza.
Or will he?
He'll be a Steel City Con.
You have to subscribe. Find out. We're up to 23 subscribers on the Retro TV.
Wow. I'm only one of them.
You are only one of them. I'm two of them.
Well, I think EriDan can subscribe to it also.
I a couple days ago, I put up an hour-long Billy Crystal with Larry King interview.
Oh wow!
Oh man!
Hold on. We're gonna take a quick
Larry King could be a rough interview to sit through sometimes.
quick jump over here. You got- Look at all this classic vintage '90s video that you could
Man, I had the
experience for
biggest crush on
yourself.
Helen Hunt.
Look at all this. Helen Hunt, Paul Reiser. There's Tim Burton right there doing an interview for Batman Returns.
There's so many Larry King interviews where you get the idea he really doesn't know who the person is that he's
Oh
interviewing.
yeah.
Poughkeepsie, New York. Hello.
What's your channel called?
It's '90s retro TV.
That's what I put in.
But like with Larry King, but to get paid all that money to sit there and just talk to people, and you don't even like. Yeah, I looked at the book, but I didn't read it, and
My producer tells me you wrote a book.
Pretty much what it is. So yeah, so check that out. And Dan, Saturday.
Yes,
We're
Saturday
gonna
we
be
do
in
have Clutch
Radio.
Clutch Radio will be happening on
Oh
Saturday.
my goodness.
And
Set
I
your
do want to
calendar.
announce, as I mentioned earlier, we do have a comedy show coming. Tickets are not they're on sale, but we haven't like publicized anything yet. And it's this guy, Dean Edwards, who was on SNL many years ago. Very funny guy. Oh, he has merch too. Oh yeah. It says Father Mucka. So yeah, he will be coming to Bainbridge Performing Arts. He's also going to be doing a part in the sitcom. That's why he's coming to town. So we tied it all in. So Adam, you can come see that on September 17th. Clutch Radio on Saturday, and on a sad note, yes, Anne Heche.
Yes.
Who was
died.
supposed to be
She
at the
was supposed to
con?
be at Still City Con.
Was she really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, she was all coked up and drove into a house.
Well,
Yeah.
people were complaining that she didn't. That she canceled.
She's dead.
Right? Oh.
Yeah, but she could have sent somebody.
I'm sure. Like it's gone. Never mind.
Yeah.
I had something ready and it was gone.
She was there in spirit.
What was I thinking about? I was thinking about nope, doesn't matter. All right.
Can you imagine if you died and you're supposed to be at Steel City Con and you can go anywhere you want and you're like, yeah, I really want to be there still.
Yeah, you just haunt Steel City Con.
Yeah, so she shows up there.
Go to Monroeville. Yeah.
Is that where it is? It's in
Yeah.
Monroeville? Oh, I thought it was like
Yeah.
the David L. Lawrence Convention Center or something.
No, it's a very affordable couple of days because they aren't in the David L. Lawrence.
Where are they? At the mall? Where are they?
At the Monroeville Convention Center, which is near the mall.
Oh, I didn't know there was a convention center in Monroeville.
They used to call it the Expo Mart, don't they still call it?
Oh, the Expo Mart. Yeah, I remember the Expo
Yeah.
Mart.
That's what it was.
See, the
That's
Expo
right.
Mart is something different.
Oh, it is?
It is-
Okay, so it's not the Expo Mart. Sorry.
This is the convention center, which is a smaller venue than the Expo Mart. It gets a little crowded sometime, but
Thank you, Adam.
yeah.
I remember going to the Expo Mart with you, Eric, where they have the ads. It's like VCRs for $9, vacuum cleaners for $1.
Oh, the computers.
Those crazy sales.
No, yeah.
Yeah. You can get a 40-inch tube television.
They still have
No.
gun shows there.
Back there was probably, you can get a 21-inch color TV.
Yeah.
21 inches
Yeah.
color.
21 inches will help you with it out to your car.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was growing up, we lived in kind of the biggest house on the street, and my dad had a 32-inch Panasonic TV.
They probably weighed 100.
Biggest TV on the street.
The other day we were at Walmart. Kent and I got to Walmart, and this guy and a Walmart employee had a big, huge TV. I don't even know how big it was. Out of the box, trying to put it into his SUV. Okay, so we go in through the store. I buy him what I need to buy him. Come out, and the guys in the return line at the service desk with the TV couldn't
They
get
won't
it.
fit in his car.
Oh no!
So sad.
I got a 55 inch
yeah.
when we first moved here at Best Buy, and I had to take all the packaging out, and
Yeah.
I put it in my car, and I leaned it against the back seat. I got it to fit in there, and I'm just thinking, oh my god, I'm going to scratch it. And they had the cover. I mean, okay, I put the big, huge, like
Bag on it.
bag covering thing that they had, and they took all the stuff for me, and I got it home with no problem. But yeah, I was scared that whole ride home.
Yeah, because that was probably really expensive at the time.
Yeah, it was a 55-inch 3D.
Oh,
TV. That's now you can get. They don't even do the 3D.
yeah.
I remember when I got it, and Eric said, "Yeah, I don't get the 3D." I'm like, "Why not? I mean, it's not that bad." He
Yeah.
goes, "No, I can't really see out of one eye. I
Yeah.
literally don't get 3D."
I don't get it. I personally, my interface is not compatible with 3D.
It
Yeah,
gives me
people wonder why the
headaches,
Beach Boys
so,
sound
yeah, I
better
don't
in
watch
one.
it.
Well, Brian Wilson was deaf in one ear. That's part of the reason.
So, well, speaking of color TV and black and white TV, the first time Emma saw a black and white show, she was so mad. She couldn't believe what's wrong with this, you know? It's like, yeah,
She's like, I will never like black and white anything.
Oh.
And then she fell in love with I Love Lucy.
Yeah. And then we got Gilligan's Island, and the first season is black and white.
Yeah.
And then the second season is color. And she comes running up to me, Dad, the second season is in color, you know?
Yeah, Bewitched is the same way. It switches mid.
Yeah. Bewitched. I watched that a lot.
Oh yeah. Well, Elizabeth
When I was younger.
Montgomery, man. Yeah.
And is it I Dream of Jeannie?
Yes.
Oh yeah, with Barbara Eden. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that so much too. Oh, I loved it when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like
I like
And
the
Munsters
last
and
one.
Adam's Family. Oh yeah, those are the those are the after school and Star Trek, where the after school shows.
Yeah.
You come home and the Brady Bunch would be on,
That's right.
Gilligan's Island, and oh yeah.
Then MASH came on.
Yeah.
not so much on the MASH for me. I only watched a couple episodes ever.
Yeah, maybe someday we'll talk MASH.
Yeah,
But
it's like a really. I'm sorry. We can end. Sorry.
Oh no, you're all right. You're all right.
I was just gonna say it's like one of the what was it the most watched
The finale.
series-
Yeah.
finale of all time.
Ridiculously popular.
Ridiculous, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And probably will always maintain that with now
Yeah,
they're
given
being,
viewership so fragmented now, yeah.
yeah, they're probably never going to be that much in the social consciousness at once.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was sitting down watching it the same night. It isn't now with streaming services. People watch it over months, and
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's as my kids just decided to watch Breaking Bad, right? So there is no like live anymore. 5 years after a series ends, people will start to try to pick up a series.
I would be careful if they ask you for a chemistry set for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Or Winnebago.
If it makes a little money on
Tidy
it.
whities.
That's right. All right, everybody, have a wonderful week. Watch Hugo, and
You'll enjoy it.
See you back here on Monday. Bye.
And Saturday morning, 10 a.m.
Ooh, yes.
case I don't see you. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.